Since taking office last month, the new administration in Washington has been following through on their plan to deport criminal offenders living in the United States illegally, which includes a number of Jamaicans. Let me be clear, we respect the sovereign right of any country to determine their internal security, public order, and social policy. We encourage all our Jamaicans who live in foreign countries to follow the law of the country in which you are resident. But never forget that Jamaica is your homeland. You are not homeless or stateless. What we are trying to build here is a place where every Jamaican can feel proud and comfortable to come back home. That's what we want to build here, your homeland. And if you're finding it difficult where you are, come back here. Ackee and saltfish was always good. It's on the tree, you can get it. Don't stay there and suffer. Come back home. But as I said before, don't come back here to destroy your homeland and what we have been working very hard to create so that you wouldn't have had to leave in the first place. And as I said, we have been making strides in that regard. So expect to be dealt with a firm hand if your intent is criminal. Come back and let us build your homeland so that you can stand up with pride with the citizens of the world about your country. That you don't have to be economic refugees. That's what it is about. Disabuse yourself of this notion that you can only make it through crime and therefore you're going to join a gang and become a part of the problem. I appeal to all of you who have been exposed overseas and see what prosperity is like. Come back home and let us work together to build the prosperous nation that Jamaica is destined to be.
Hello guys, welcome to Auntie Annie channel. In this video, we are going to talk about how Trump immigration policies are affecting some of the deportees who are being sent in wrong countries. We are going to base much on a recent deportee from Jamaica who was wrongly sent to Eswatini in Africa. US government lied about Jamaican government refused this deportee. This man served his sentence in US and after that US government deported him with 5 others to South African countries in southern part of Africa called Eswatini, which formerly was Swaziland. I'll play some videos to show you what is happening. There's been a deal signed with some of the African countries such as Ghana, South Sudan, and Eswatini so that US government can be sending these deportees to those African countries. And these deportees, unfortunately, most of them, they are not from those areas. Some of them, they are from South America. And as I said before, one Jamaican was a victim of this decision. Who are you going to blame? Are you blaming Trump administration? Or are you blaming these African leaders who are signing this deal? What is happening is like some of the African countries who have refused to sign, they are suffering. Especially their aid and trade deals are being cut. As you've seen recently, Trump has cut some aid and trade, even banned visas, most of the African countries. Their leaders, might be, I need to say, government like South Africa, Nigeria, they refused to sign this deal. Nigeria told US that we have our own issues going on, so for us to deal with. We cannot accommodate anyone while we've got our own issues to deal with, which is true. And South Africa refused. Now South Africa aid has been cut. And this is happening. However, I'm going to talk much about this Jamaican man, because this is the information I got from different sources, that Jamaican government did not refuse to take back this man. The Jamaican government, including Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he has been publicly making speeches about welcoming all the deportees and even Jamaicans in diaspora. He continued to say, if you are a deportee because of this immigration policy in US, you are welcome back to Jamaica, but be careful. Don't think that you can come here and take advantage. He did not say that he's not welcoming them. He said, we are welcoming you to come and be part of this progress, part of this performance, so that Jamaica can be great. Because already he is promoting, he is fighting to get rid of crime, which he started already doing. Crime rate in Jamaica has reduced. That's why he acknowledged all these deportees to come back, but don't think that you can take advantage and continue when you come here. You have to be part of us, I repeat. So I will read some of the statements. First of all, I'm going to explain to you what happened to these deportees who were sent in Eswatini, and after that, I'm going to read for you the statement from Jamaican government. What have they done so far? What did they say? Did they just agree that anyway everything is fine? He was a criminal. Oh, he was like this. No, they did not do that. That's why I praise the Jamaican government on how they dealt, their reaction on all this whole issue. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share as we continue to explain on what is going on. And also, this is the opportunity for you people to know what is going on. Other countries in Africa, why are they interested to be taking people who doesn't belong there from other nationality? I always repeat, our African leaders, sometimes they can be very weak. They are trying really hard sometimes they are forgetting that they are making Africa so vulnerable, because they cannot make their own decision. They cannot listen to their own people because they are so greedy and very corrupt.
The U.S. has controversially deported 2 batches of illegal immigrants to African countries. The first 8 to South Sudan and another 5 to Eswatini. So, are African countries surrendering their sovereignty by accepting the deportees?
You cannot, first of all, force somebody to a country they don't even come from or where they don't even feel safe. Neither can you guarantee their safety. in that space.
There is a very underlying and sublime racial component to these deportations. If you'll realize, a lot of these migrants are from the global south, from either black or brown countries. Here we're thinking countries like Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Haiti, and they're also being deported to other global south countries, in this case, Sudan and Eswatini.
Join me as we discuss.
Ghana is ready to accept West African nationals deportees from USA. President John Mahama confirmed that Ghana has agreed to accept West African nationals deported from the United States, with 14 individuals already arriving in the country. The deportees include mostly Nigerians and one Gambian national. According to President Mahama, Ghana's participation in this arrangement is based on the ECOWAS Protocol on Free Movement, which allows citizens of member states to enter and stay in other West African countries without a visa for up to 90 days. The agreement between Ghana and the U.S. enables the Ghanaian government to temporarily host these deportees before facilitating their return to their home countries. For instance, Nigerian nationals were provided with bus transportation to return home, while the Gambian nationals' return was coordinated with their embassy in Accra for an air ticket. This development is part of the U.S. government's efforts to ramp up deportations under President Donald Trump's administration. Other African countries, such as Rwanda, South Sudan, and Eswatini, have also agreed to accept deportees from the USA.
We're living in profoundly changing times. There are many Jamaicans who would be concerned about the change in immigration policies in the United States. There are many Jamaicans, of course, who live in the United States. I would want to reassure Jamaicans that your government has long been planning and putting in place measures to address any changes in policies in the United States. Firstly, let me say that Jamaica is the homeland. So Jamaicans all over the world will always be welcome back to your homeland. And we are prepared to receive all our hardworking Jamaicans who have been in the United States or wherever they may have gone for economic benefits. Jamaica has always been, since its colonial days to now, a net supplier of talent to the world. It may be a good thing to have some of our Jamaican talent return to our shores to help us to build our country. There are many Jamaicans now who are feeling uncertain in the United States and who are considering returning on their own to avoid the indignity of being deported. And we welcome you back to Jamaica. We want your talent. We want your resources. There are many opportunities in Jamaica that together we can take advantage of and build the country that we would want. But let me be clear that for those Jamaicans who intend to come back with crime and violence to undermine what we have been building here, let me be clear to you that this is not the Jamaica that you left 10 or 20 years ago. It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago. You will either meet a judge or your maker if you come back to Jamaica and violate our laws and create havoc. I know that there are many who will be returning to Jamaica, coming back to lovely communities like these, rural areas like these, and they may attempt to set up gangs, get involved in scamming, and undermine the values of the communities that they return to. We will not tolerate that. We want all our Jamaicans to always feel that they have somewhere to come back to and call home and be well received. Come back with a good heart and a good mind. Come back willing to work. come back with your resources, you will be able to make life here. But don't come back here to undermine and destroy what we have built. The government is already planning in terms of putting in place new measures, enhanced security measures, to address those who we know have a criminal past or who have been interdicted in the United States, convicted in the United States, and are being returned after serving their criminal penalties there. And we will ensure that they are appropriately monitored here and that they are not in any way contributing to an increase in our crime or murder rate. We have sacrificed long and hard. The people of Jamaica have borne the negative impacts of local violence. We will not tolerate criminals coming back here to increase our crime rate or murder rate. It is on a downward trajectory. We are doing very well, and we will not allow this to happen.
The U.S. has deported 5 foreign nationals who were convicted of serious crimes, including a Jamaican among them, to Eswatini under what is being called the third country deportation program. This is the program, they are calling it third country deportation. That means you was there in the US. Now they said they are claiming that they will ask your country to take you back. Then if your country says no, they'll send you to a third country. So this is the deal. This is what Trump decided, Trump administration. Among those is Orville, Edtoria, a Jamaican national who lived in Brooklyn. His lawyers say he has no ties to Eswatini, which is true. He cannot have, and he has no ties. His family is either in the US and some of them in Jamaica. Was deported there despite having completed his sentence in the US. And despite Jamaica apparently being willing to accept him back, Jamaica wanted to accept him back. As I repeat, you are going to hear what our Prime Minister Andrew Holness have been saying about taking them back. But did US government listen to that? There are concerns from human rights groups and lawyers that these men are being held in maximum security prison in Eswatini for extended periods without charges. What charges are they going to get? They served their sentence already. What charges? Is it that when people are being deported to this third country, what charges are they going to be charged? Without access to legal counsel and without clear explanation. Guys, when you come out of prison, you need counseling. You need therapies. You need to be checked about your health. But they are not getting that. Because only that service in Africa, sometimes it's not available. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security claims that the home countries of those individuals refuse to take them back, which Jamaica officials dispute in the case of Orville, Edtoria. You see, they lied. But Jamaica said, no, that's not true. Stop there. Let's see what Jamaica government said. The Jamaica government via Foreign Affairs Minister of that time, because you know there's third term now. I don't know if he's still the Minister of Foreign Affairs, but I know there have been some changes somewhere. Has insisted that Jamaica has not refused to accept any of its nationals deported from the US. Thank you. And You cannot even say, I cannot even say that they are lying, Jamaica government is lying, because there is evidence by PM Andrew Holness, who has been inviting them, asking them to go back and be part of development in Jamaica. He has insisted that Jamaica has not refused to accept any of the national deported from the U.S. They contradicts U.S. claims that Jamaica refused to take him back. Yeah, it is contradicting, because at the end of the day, U.S. government did not want to accept their mistakes, that no, we did this by mistake, or else this is what we are going to do. We are going to bring that back. Take back the man to Jamaica. Jamaica is willing to accept its citizen. Government, what is the government of Jamaica doing? The government has initiated inquiries with U.S. authorities to verify whether a Jamaican national was among those deported to Eswatini, and to get full details. You can see Jamaican government wasn't contacted. They just did this without knowing that the world will know about it. Without knowing that Jamaica government will approach them if they hear that one of their nationals have been treated wrongly. This is what they did not expect, because they are thinking that this is just like that. You just deport someone somewhere and their governments will be quiet. I know it does happen in other governments, but Jamaican government has to be given credit for how they are dealing with all this. Jamaica says it is providing support through its diplomatic channels. The High Commission in Pretoria, South Africa, and the Honor Council in Eswatini were able to visit the deported Jamaican, identified as Orville, Edtoria, and reported that he is in good spirits and receiving medical attention. You can see the government that is there for its people. Jamaican government, with the leadership of Andrew Holness, decided to make some contacts and also send some officials to try to investigate about what they are hearing, what is happening to their citizens. They did not judge him that, oh, he is like this, he is like this, because Andrew Holness, PM of Jamaica, has been welcoming all his nationals to go back to Jamaica. And what did they say, these officials? And the Honor Council in Eswatini were able to visit the deported Jamaica, identified as Orville, Edtoria, and reported that he is in good spirits and receiving medical attention. Might be after all these contacts, they decided, because if you don't check on your citizen, it means they will be deported there in Africa, and they want to get appropriate help. It has happened before. Sometimes these Western countries, they give those people money, but that money, they'll send it to that country, but that country won't give that money to the people. It happens. But you can see what Jamaican government is dealing with all this. The government is trying to secure the early return of the man to Jamaica. I don't know if the man is returned now, but I don't know if he's still there. But it's a process. And is in contact with both his family and relevant agencies in the US and Eswatini to make the necessary arrangement. This is really good. You can see how it has helped this man. Jamaican government has helped to connect this man to his family and also other people who are surrounding him. And also they've made the Eswatini government now to consider how he was treated and try hard to look after him until he gets back to Jamaica. Jamaica disputes the U.S. Department of Homeland Security depiction of the deportee as someone whose home country refused to accept him. Jamaica says those statements are inaccurate, are baseless. You know, I decided to use Jamaica as an example and a lesson to countries like Ghana, South Sudan, who have agreed, including Eswatini, that next time they don't need to repeat this. But unfortunately, most of these countries are so vulnerable because if they don't agree, they know the consequences. It's like this is very forceful. If you don't do this, I don't do that. But still, there are African leaders who are not listening to that. And I give also credit to those type of leaders. For example, South Africa. For example, Nigeria. Nigeria said, we've got our own issues to deal with. We cannot get involved in your issues. And this is true. All of them, they have to learn from Jamaican government. Jamaican Prime Minister who openly welcomed or who welcomed back home all Jamaicans, deportees. Well done, Mr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you abundantly as we end this video. Thank you very much to all my subscribers, both returning and new subscribers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showering Auntie Yami with love. Thank you for your support, ongoing support. Continue to watch my videos so that you can see what is happening. I did a video about the same Trump administration. Are these decisions the right decision being made? What do you think? Yeah, they might be called criminals, but at the end of the day, I don't believe that if you serve your sentence, you are still a criminal. Because sometimes people, they will learn. They are not going to reoffend. They need our help. They need our support. But is this the right way to deal with people? These are human beings, whether they are not Americans, whether they are foreigners, whether they are migrants, they are also human beings. Their rights has to be respected as everyone else. So thank you very much. Comment and let me know what you think. Thank you very much. God bless you abundantly. Ciao, ciao. Bye.